Well, the Premier has joined forces with his New South Wales counterpart to pry open the door to controversial discussions on raising the nation's GST. Jay Weatherill says federal government cuts to health and education have forced his about-face, but the Prime Minister is singing his praises.
It's the political issue that often needs a politician's disclaimer.
My position is that we need a mature debate about all of these issues.
The Premier wants to talk about GST, a topic not for the faint-hearted.
I'm single mum, 4 kids. If everything I paid for, all my necessities went up, that would make things really stretched.
But Jay Weatherill and New South Wales Premier Mike Baird say change is needed, and that's music to the ears of the Prime Minister.
I'm just really pleased that Premier Mike Baird, along with Premier Jay Weatherill, are prepared to have a constructive, responsible discussion.
But the love isn't reciprocated. The Premier blames the Prime Minister for forcing his hand on the issue.
By virtue of the $80 billion cut to health and education.
State premiers are facing a potential $45 billion deficit by 2030, thanks mainly to rising health costs. So Mike Baird wants the GST raised from 10 to 15%. Jay Weatherill has another plan.
My proposition is that we should actually increase the GST in terms of its breadth by covering financial services.
Which would soften the blow on low-income earners. But having previously said changes to the GST is the last place governments should look for revenue, the opposition says it's a backflip.
When I make a commitment, I stick to that commitment, unlike Jay Weatherill, who says one thing before an election and then wants to backflip immediately thereafter.
Any increase in GST is politically vexed, and trying to convince the public a hit to taxpayers is the right course of action will take off plenty of political skin.
It's usually those that are really struggling that get hit the worst, so yeah, I think that's horrible.
That's the only way to fix the problem. I do agree.
Harvey Biggs, 9 News.